The beginning of each year is an opportunity to think about what we want to focus on during the coming year. Long atop the city's list of priorities is to assure that we have sufficient and highest achievable quality of drinking water now and into the future. We also know from our 2022 community survey results that this is your top concern. As we have frequently communicated, the city has given tremendous attention to water quality over the last decade as we wrestle with the growing impacts of per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, also known as PFAS, in our groundwater aquifer. I am glad to tell you that we have made significant progress, yet the dynamic nature of water quality assessment and associated health standards continues to have impacts on our water system. I'd like to share more with you about where things now stand. In the mid-2000s, PFAS were found to have contaminated drinking water supplies in parts of the eastern Twin Cities, including Woodbury's groundwater supply. Since then, the Minnesota Department of Health developed health standards for PFAS. Currently, 9 of our 19 water production wells are impacted with PFAS levels exceeding the state's health standards. That means that these wells have detectable levels of PFAS that on repeatable occasions exceed one or more thresholds established by the MDH. When water in a well exceeds health standards, the MDH issues a health advisory on the well. While not required, as precautionary action, city wells that receive health advisories from MDH have been removed from service until treatment can be applied. Since receipt of the health advisories, 6 of the wells have returned to service with treatment at our temporary water treatment plant, initially constructed in 2020 and expanded in 2022. As of the time of this video recording, Woodbury's drinking water continues to meet state standards and guidelines for PFAS. PFAS, like other emerging contaminants, are the focus of active research and study, which means that new information is released frequently. The more that is learned about the chemicals, the more specific and clear regulations will be developed. The city is aware that the MDH and the Federal Environmental Protection Agency are expected to release new, more stringent statewide health standards for PFAS sometime in 2023. Those new health standards may impact how we operate our water system. Contingency planning for such an event is currently underway. For example, recently we approved the purchase of additional temporary treatment equipment to be installed in 2024 at up to 3 additional existing well sites. We will continue working with the MDH to monitor, assess, and sample our water for PFAS. If new health standards are established and additional health advisories are issued on the wells, we may have to continue using some of the untreated wells in a limited manner on a rotational basis and mix that water with treated water in order to continue to meet community demand. We are consulting with state agencies and water experts in exploring this and other actions that may support effective operation of the municipal water system. The public will be informed if and when new advisories are issued. To be clear, the quality of the water is not changing. What is likely to change is the water quality standard for some PFAS chemicals by the MDH and the EPA, the 2 organizations the city takes direction from on drinking water quality. The state agencies have indicated to us that once the EPA announces its final proposed health advisories for some PFAS chemicals, the MDH will follow with its own updated health-based values. This will include providing direction to communities across Minnesota about what the EPA proposed final health advisories and the MDH health-based values might mean for drinking water systems. The temporary water treatment plant capacity is needed until the permanent water treatment plant is fully operational. The permanent water treatment plant and approximately 14 miles of piping from city wells to the plant and back out to the community are expected to take approximately 5 years to design, construct, and complete. We have completed preliminary design work, including identifying pipeline alignments to and from the new facility. Surveying work in the future pipeline area is underway. Pipeline construction, following completion of formal design, may begin as early as 2023, with the permanent water treatment plant construction beginning sometime in 2024. In addition, 2 new water production wells are being constructed, one to make up for a well that was permanently removed from service due to PFAS contamination, and another to respond to anticipated and planned growth in the community. It remains critical for all of us to continue practicing efficient use of the water supply and increased watering restrictions may be needed in the summer months. To help us manage peak water demand, consider installing a smart controller for your irrigation system. To learn more about how you can help reduce water use, please visit woodburymn.gov/waterwise. I assure you, this is a top priority for us, and we are doing everything we can to provide treatment of the water as quickly as possible. As an advocate for the residents of Woodbury, we will focus on always doing what's right, but this will take time. We continue to strive for our goal of delivering the best water possible and committed to the long-term health of our community. More information, including some helpful links to the MDH website, is available at woodburymn.gov/PFAS.